So after the failed effort of last time with the rust converter, I have some new material. Now this stuff is fairly new, and I actually forgot I had the smaller bottle that you can see behind me there, and it has a certain chemical that does the same thing as what the other one is supposed to do. However, it's newer and in date. And the other one is a spray-on applicator that's actually supposed to be a primer prep paint. So what I'm going to do, just in case this stuff isn't 100% still, it's been open for probably a year, I'm going to put that small bottle of stuff on and let it do its thing, and any other rust that comes through other than that hasn't been converted to metal, I'm going to spray over the top with this rust reformer spray behind me, the big bottle, and that puts a coating of paint over the top of the reformed rust. That way I know I've got everything covered and I know it's going to work and seal, and then I can put some primer on and then do my paint color. So I'm going to go ahead and do some test spots with that right now. So the bottle says it takes 2 hours to work until you can work with the material. Touch dry in 30 minutes, but 2 hours until you can do another coat. So I'll let them go and sit, and I've got to work on the rust in the tray a little bit more in the meantime. So not the best results in the world today. Yes, I've got some stuff that hopefully will work for the rust, but those advanced rust spots, I'm just pondering whether I should leave that be for now and continue focusing on the mechanical side of things, the electric conversion side of things, and perhaps leave that to the professionals. So I'm just considering my options with that. But anyway, thanks for going on that journey of discovery of rusty parts. I guess that's life sometimes, especially when you're dealing with an older car. So, sad truth with older cars is that they get rust, and with this one, I'm finding more and more bits. So this looked like a little bubble, and I just got the wire brush and kept scraping on the wire brush, and just a hole appeared. And it's a little bit beyond me to do that. I could probably do that myself, but it's not my trade. I'm a mechanic, so I'm not professional at doing this sort of work. That stuff's okay because there's not a hole for me. And over this side, these are ones I've previously found, and since being here, it's been here 2 months. It's undercover, but we're on the coast, and it's just getting worse and worse. So I'm just going to get this rust guard, and I'm going to put it on pretty much everything that I can see. I know it hasn't been prepped properly in the corner there, but I just want to stop it from spreading. And I've got to assess whether or not I take this thing to a panel beater to do this properly, because this floor is going to have to be cut out, at least part of it anyway, and then welded, new floor welded in. So I'm just assessing how far to take this myself, or should I just leave that to the professionals and pay someone to do it professionally. Yes, I'm just going to get this rust guard, put it on as much as I can, and hopefully those big bits don't spread any further. So I'll show up a close-up of in the back of the Brumby here. That silver bit you can see here is the undercoat to the red paint originally. So I took it back that far just so I knew how far the rust had come up to, roughly. There's a bit extra weird bits here. So what I want to do now is actually take a bit more of that rusty undersurface off until I can see how far it's come back and how far it's gone up. I'm going to take a bit more paint off, and then I can put rust converter on this stuff too. So I've just got the cross member cleaned up. We need one final coat of brake clean to remove all the wax and grease. And I'll be putting some of this black stuff on there as well, same as what I touched up some of the areas in the engine bay. And then once all the areas that I think are a little bit sus, surface rust wise, are taken back and sprayed with that black, then I'll cover everything I don't want any red, and then I'll start painting with that red paint, which should be the colour match to the rest of the car, although the paint is faded on the rest of the car. So, I spray painted the crossmember black and these little guard things down the bottom there before I did the red, and it's the engine bay after doing 3 coats of the ruby red. To be honest, I think that's actually not exactly the same colour as the car. However, by the year model it says that this is right. Now, I didn't buy the paint off Subaru themselves, I got it from Super Cheap. However, it looks pretty good. I'll show you again. This is after 3 coats. I might do another coat or 2 before clear. That's 3 coats. 3 coats. So the original, it's pretty peely, getting pretty yuck. That's the ruby red. I quite like it. I will be re-blacking some of the stuff down low, but everything up to the top level of those chassis rails is going to be that ruby red, and everything below is going to be black. So hopefully it'll look nice and neat when all said and done.